In Los Angeles, I processed crime scenes that would give most people nightmares for a lifetime. But in LA, the monsters were always human. On the Navajo Nation, human is just a mask they wear when they want to get close to you. My name is Mosey Ashke. I was a homicide detective with the LAPD for a decade. Now, I'm a Navajo Nation police officer. And what I saw during my first 24 hours in Shiprock, New Mexico, made me realize that my 10 years of training were completely useless against what lives in the high desert. Wait, before I tell you about the body we found in Little Water, look at the screen. If you live in the Southwest, or if you've ever seen something in the desert that wasn't quite a coyote, you need to hit subscribe and turn on notifications right now. What I'm about to share are the 7 survival protocols of the Navajo police. Ignoring these is why my predecessor disappeared in 2003. You don't want to be the next one. Now, let's get into the files. The prodigal son's return. I left the res at 18. I hated the stories my grandmother, my Shimasani, told me. I wanted logic. I wanted the Bilagana, white man's, science. I made detective by 30. But when Shimasani was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, the desert pulled me back. She spent her final nights whispering warnings in Navajo. She said the Yinald Lushii, the ones who walk on all fours, had been waiting for me. I thought it was the meds. I was a city cop, I believed in bullets, not boogeymen. But the day after her funeral, Sergeant Despa Bitsui handed me a laminated card at the Shiprock station. It wasn't a map. It was a list of rules for staying alive. Rule number 1, never say the name of the witch out loud, the impossible evidence. My partner, Tasba, showed me a photo on his phone. It looked like a standard tracking shot in the sand. But as you swiped, you saw the transformation. Human footprints, bare feet, gradually elongating. The toes sharpening into claws. The stride increasing from 2 feet to a staggering 12 feet. No animal on earth moves like that. Tasba didn't look at me like I was crazy. He looked at me with pity. He said, in LA, you look for fingerprints. Here, you look for the smell of old meat and the sound of a whistle that doesn't come from a human throat. Then the call came in. A welfare check at Little Water. An elder named Hastian Zil. The neighbor said he heard the choir, multiple voices whistling in perfect harmony outside Zil's hogan for 3 nights straight. The Little Water Massacre. We arrived at the property. The silence was heavy, like the air before a massive storm. The chickens were dead in their coop, not eaten, just dead. Like their hearts had simply stopped from terror. Inside the hogan, we found Hastian Zil. He was seated in the center of the room. He'd been dead for days. But around his chair was a perfect, shimmering circle of blue-gray ash. Corpse powder. It's made from ground human bones, stolen from graves. It's a marker. A beacon. In the LAPD, this would be a ritualistic killing. But here, the killer didn't leave a weapon. They left a calling card. I leaned down to inspect the ash, and that's when I heard it. A whistle. Low, melodic, and coming from the roof right above my head. The encounter in the dark. Tasba grabbed my arm. Protocol 2, he hissed. Do not look up. Just walk to the car. We backed out of the hogan. In the perimeter of the desert, I saw them. 3 figures. They were standing on the ridges of the red rocks. They were too tall, maybe 7 feet, and their skin looked like wet parchment stretched over bone. They weren't attacking. They were watching. They moved with a twitchy, unnatural speed. One of them tilted its head, and for a second, I almost looked. I felt this magnetic pull to look into its eyes. Tasba shoved me into the SUV and floored it. As we sped away, I looked in the side mirror. One of those things was running alongside the truck. It was on all fours, keeping pace at 60 miles per hour. It wasn't a coyote. It had the face of a man I recognized from a cold case file back at the station. The aftermath and the real danger. Back at the station, Despa didn't ask if I was okay. She asked if I touched the ash. She told me the witches didn't kill Zil for him. They killed him to see who would show up to investigate. They were sampling me. My grandmother was right, I have the sight, and now, they know I'm back. I'm at my trailer now. The sun is going down. I just found a pile of that same blue-gray ash on my welcome mat. They didn't just follow me home. They're inviting me out. If I survive tonight, I'm going to tell you what happened when I played the dashcam footage from the ride back, because the camera saw something in the back seat that neither Tasba nor I noticed at the time. Check the link in the description for part 2, and comment, protect, if you want the full breakdown of the 7 protocols. Stay off the roads after midnight. The desert is hungry. Next step for user, would you like me to focus the next part on the Highway 491 incident, rule number 6, or the mystery of the dashcam footage?